Thanks for joining us this morning. My name is John Ekstrom. I am a representative of Noble Energy. Thank you for joining us as we unveil the natural gas-powered school buses you see behind me. We've been working with the local school districts here for several months on this project, and we're excited to see it come to fruition and unveil it all to you today. Our speakers this morning will include Dan Kelly, Vice President of Wattenberg Operations for Noble Energy, Curtis Reeder, Noble Energy's Manager of LNG and CNG Development, Marcia Harris, Board President of Weld County School District RE1, Dr. Rennell Lang, Superintendent of the Weld County School District 6, Weld County Board of Education Vice President Dr. Julia Richard, and County Commissioner Barbara Kirkmeyer. All of our speakers will be available for questions at the end of our program. We'll be taking some pictures in front of the buses, so please make sure you stick around and join us for that. Without further ado, I'd like to hand things over to Dan Kelly, Vice President of Wattenberg Operations, Noble Energy.
Sorry about that. Well, good morning. I'd like to thank everyone for their time this morning. We really appreciate spending the morning with you. It's a great day for Noble and for the school districts. First of all, I'd like to recognize our elected officials who were able to join us. I'd like to thank State Representatives, Senator Scott Renfro, thanks Scott, and Representative Perry Buck. Certainly like to thank the county commissioners. Commissioner Kirkmeyer, thank you. Sean here? There he is. There he is. There he is. Hi, Sean. And Commissioner Mike Freeman and Commissioner Sean Conway. Sneaking in. Would like to thank Mayor Tom Norton and Greeley City Councilman Mike Finn. I think we also have representation from Senator Udall's office, Senator Bennett's office, and Congressman Gardner's office, and we'd also very much appreciate some federal representation here. That's very sweet. Thank you very much. A special thanks goes to Wayne Eads with the Greeley-Evans School District for all of his help in organizing today's unveiling. Wayne, thank you. Noble Energy has truly appreciated the opportunity to partner with Weld County RE1 School District and Greeley-Evans RE School District on this project. Dr. Barbie, Dr. Lang, you have done an incredible job meeting the needs of more than 20,000 students and their families, and we thank you for all of your hard work. I constantly remind folks outside the area that we don't just work in Weld County, we live here. We send our kids to school here, we attend church here, we shop here, and we're honored to be part of this community. As many of you know, Noble Energy plans to invest $10 billion in Colorado over the next 5 years to safely and responsibly develop oil and natural gas resources right here in northern Colorado. The DJ Basin is one of Noble's core operating areas, and the majority of our capital investment will be made right here in Weld County. Our ownership in this community provided the opportunity to make a significant difference where some of the greatest need existed, in our schools. Noble Energy's corporate purpose is energizing the world, bettering people's lives. Our partnership with Weld County School Districts is the embodiment of this purpose. We seek to positively impact the communities where we live and work through creative partnerships in every aspect of our operations. That's why we've taken the first step in this program and donated 7 compressed natural gas buses, 5 to the Platteville-Gilchrist School District and 2 to the Greeley-Evans School District. A little background: when it was brought to our attention that strained district budgets didn't allow for replacement to the aging bus fleets, we recognized this as an opportunity to begin a community partnership and introduce new compressed natural gas buses. That was on cue. Natural gas has been about 35% less expensive than diesel over the last 14 years, so replacing a portion of the bus fleet to run on natural gas that's produced right here fulfills our company's purpose, energizing the world, bettering people's lives. The buses you see behind me will run on compressed natural gas. This is the first step in a 5-year, $5 million commitment that Noble has made to Weld County Schools. Moving forward, many students will ride to and from class on buses powered by abundant and affordable American-made fuel. CNG is reliable and clean, which means that students and parents can count on environmentally friendly, dependable transportation to and from school. In order to make it easier for these buses to fuel up, Noble has also committed to establishing a CNG fueling station located in Gilcrest, near the district's headquarters. In order to make Weld County, and notably Commissioner Kirkmeyer, and the Weld County Smart Energy Project have been leaders in the state when it comes to utilizing natural gas as a transportation fuel. And we are proud to support that initiative with the addition of these CNG buses and a CNG fueling station. Great job. I'd like to introduce our CNG and LNG integration manager for Noble Energy, Curtis Reeder, who has a few words about how we got here.
Thank you, Dan. So part of my mission here today is to talk about how science and technology has brought us to this day. So this is the AP Environmental Science class. This is your science and technology lesson today. Thank you for coming out and being part of this. Noble employs about 1,000 people in Colorado, and about half of those are degree professionals, and the majority of those are engineers and scientists and geologists and geophysicists and people who work with science every day to make all of this possible. When you think about the science and the technology that goes into starting with a hole at the surface about this big around and then next down, when you think about how you put 6 layers of steel and concrete between the wellbore and all the groundwater to protect the groundwater, when you talk about the science and technology that's involved in going down a mile and then over a mile for these wells, it's really just amazing, and it's something that we take for granted every day. When you think about when we fracture a well and we pump water and sand and some chemicals to help the sand stay up in the water and not fall out in the water, and what it takes to deliver a grain of sand through 2 miles of a hole to prop open a hairline crack so that oil and gas will flow out of that. That's amazing technology and science at work. When we produce the natural gas, I'm in charge of using more natural gas in Noble's operations. So we're looking at using natural gas for drilling rigs and for pressure pumping services and in water trucks, and the technology around changing the internal combustion engine that runs on gasoline and diesel to making it run on natural gas. It's amazing. Natural gas is actually harder to burn than gasoline and diesel. This is one of your science points for the day. It has a higher ignition temperature. It's harder to light off than gasoline or diesel, and it has a narrower range of oxygen contents over which it burns. So you have to have your air to fuel mixture just right, and you have to have just the right ignition temperature to make it work. So there's an amazing amount of science and technology that goes into this. But it's something that's brought us to this day, and it's something that then puts us here in Weld County, where we can have these compressed natural gas school buses that burn cleaner, that have fewer NOx emissions, fewer VOC emissions. So both of those contribute to having less ozone in the atmosphere. So we have improved air quality as a result of all that science and technology. And we're just proud as Noble to be able to partner with the school districts to be able to deliver this technology to the school districts, to be able to use Weld County natural gas to run these buses. And to be able to work with Weld County in being a leader in the state of Colorado and in the nation on these kinds of initiatives. So with that, I'll turn it over to Marcia Harris from Weld County RE1 to say a few words about their school district.
Good morning. My name is Marcia Harris, and I'm the president of the Weld RE1 School Board. On behalf of our entire school district, I would like to thank Noble Energy for their partnership with our school district. With the help of their funds and CMAQ funds, we were able to purchase 5 full-size natural school buses. Our district was also fortunate enough to receive a DOLA grant in cooperation with Noble Energy and Weld County. The total award was $600,000, which will enable us to construct a CNG fueling station. In addition, Noble has contributed several $100,000 towards a bus barn to garage and slow fill these new school buses. The natural gas station will be used by the school district as well as the public that have natural gas vehicles. We expect construction to begin later this fall. We want to express our great appreciation to Noble Energy for partnering with our school district on this project that has been so helpful for our school district, the community, and also to the environment. Thank you so much. And I'll turn it over to Dr. Renee Lane from Weld County.
Well, I would like to echo your thanks and appreciation to Noble for this wonderful gift to our community and to our students, who will now be riding on much more beautiful buses than in the past they may have had the opportunity. So in order to inform my remarks, I turned to the experts in the group, and so Curtis was talking about the miracle of the combustion engine, and I have the pleasure of working with the miracle of children every day and watching them convert from little kinders who don't even know how to read into these brilliant high school students who are in an AP environmental science class. So I turned to them, who are the experts, and I asked them, why is this a really good thing for our school district? And they were able to come up with a lot of reasons really quickly. And they started out with the obvious, like they're cleaner and they're gentler with the environment. And one of the things that I know about my students is that they are very, very environmentally conscious, and they are interested in preserving our world and making it better for their children and children to come. They said this will have a lighter environmental impact. But then they said a couple of things that were interesting. They said this will perhaps motivate other people by the school districts taking the lead, that other people will be motivated to invest in clean energy. They said this will be a good teaching tool, not only for them, but for the little kids who get on the bus. They'll be able to say, oh, why is this bus different? And it will lead to conversations. And then finally they said that it really is an image, that we will be leading the state, and we will be letting other school districts look at us and say, wow, this is a really good thing, and encourage other people to also invest in school buses and other kinds of transportation vehicles using compressed natural gas. So I want to thank my students, and I'd like to give them a round of applause. Thank them for helping me. And I'd like to recognize their teacher, Cindy Keesis, who has been with Northridge the entire time, haven't you? Yeah. She helped open the school, and she has watched a lot of kids go through. So again, my deepest appreciation to Noble, and my appreciation to all of you for coming out. And I would like to now introduce our board vice president, Dr. Julia Richard.
On behalf of the District 6 Board of Education, is that working? On behalf of the District 6 Board of Education, we want to send our thanks as well to Noble. What an investment up here. As a Board of Education, like other groups, we struggle with our budget. And as you know, we struggle deeply with our budget here in District 6. And when you see a bus like this, 2, 3 of them, you know what an incredible investment that is. And what that means to us is that money is freed up then to be a part of getting to kids in the classroom, getting to the curriculum materials so that students have an opportunity to learn. But this is an important investment also that has to be made, because for many of our students, getting to school is a #1 priority. Education doesn't happen until they actually walk through that front door. And so having a series of buses that we have available to get our students to school is hugely important. So thank you on behalf of the board and on behalf of the community. Would you like me to pass this off to Dr. Joe Barbie?
Commissioner Kirkmeyer, please.
Okay, Kirk.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, good morning. What a great day and what a great honor to be here today and get to celebrate in this partnership that has occurred. And how fun. Actually, underneath on green kind of looks like the Hulk, doesn't it? And that's what it reminds me of. So maybe we could change the name of the buses to like the Hulk buses or something. I don't know, but it's pretty cool. I just have to say, we started this project actually about 4 years ago. Weld County joined with Noble and Canna and Anadarko to put together what we call the Weld County Smart Energy Project to really promote natural gas as the alternative fuel, transportation fuel. And in the last 4 years, we have garnered about $8 million in CMAQ funds, which are federal transportation dollars, and CMAQ stands for Congestion Mitigation Air Quality. And with our partners, Noble being one of those major partners, really in the last 4 years, we've put 4 natural gas pumping stations in Weld County along our major transportation corridors. And we're going to get a 5th one. So that's fantastic. So a couple of years ago, Noble, who's been part of our Weld County Smart Energy Group, sent me an email and said, hey, I got this idea. And I'm thinking we need to be investing in the schools and in the kids and talking about buses. And wow, wouldn't that make a difference with regard to natural gas? And Noble's thinking about making a major investment in this. And you got any ideas about which school district we can use? And it took me all of about 30 seconds to return an email to Curtis saying, I have the perfect school district. And it's Gilchrist Platteville, and it's RE1. They're perfect. They are perfect for this. Because at the time, I remember reading about and talking to some folks who were on that school board about the budget issues and about the cutbacks that you were doing. Also, they're in a more rural part of the county. So those buses are traveling all over the place, and I knew they had an aging infrastructure, and it actually worked with the school district when I was in Gilchrist, so knew about where they were located. And their headquarters, their administration office is located right off of Highway 85 at Weld County Road 42. Perfect location for another pumping station. So Curtis and I went and met with the board and had a discussion with them about this idea, and Curtis has really been pushing this from Noble. And so Weld County then partnered with Noble and with the school district and was able to garner over $500,000 of CMAQ funds, like $537,000 of CMAQ funds that Noble, that we sponsored the grant. Noble then matched that so that we were able to get 5 buses for RE1. And then they also worked on getting the buses for District 6 here in Greeley, all at the same time while we're putting in pumping stations. The other thing too that Weld County worked with Noble and again with the school district in RE1 is we helped with the Energy and Mineral Impact Grant. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention and have her stand up is Elizabeth Relford here. Stand up and wave. Elizabeth works for Weld County. She's our transportation planner in Public Works, and she assisted greatly in putting together the grants and putting together the CMAQ funds, figuring out how we get enough funds to get all the buses that we could possibly get. And it's just been a fantastic project. So on behalf of Weld County Commissioners, we are honored to be in this partnership with you. It's been a great partnership. We look forward to many more things that we're going to do together. And thank you to Noble and to our school districts for having the vision to really work this through and be some of the first pioneers in this and having these buses. It's great for all of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner Kirkmeyer, and thank you to all our speakers. A couple of notes here before we disperse. We have some fact sheets up here. We invite you to take them. There are some facts about the buses, the program, some stats about air quality, things like that. We also have some waters over here if anyone's thirsty. Feel free to grab them. We're going to bring all our speakers up here for a few photos, and then following that, all our speakers will be available for questions. If you have anything that you'd like to have answered if you're curious about any aspect of the program, these buses, or natural gas development in general. But for now, one more round of applause, please, for all of our speakers.